Hi, I'm Colgan.
And I'm Priscilla Muller. You're watching the Gargoyle Webcast.
Brought to you from the center of campus.
What would you do if you were approached by a stranger with bad intentions? Would you know how to protect yourself? I found out some basic self-defense techniques that everyone should know. Officer Barbara Clifford of the St. Augustine Police Department teaches self-defense through prevention and awareness, using force as a last resort.
Self-defense isn't just actually punching and kicking, and it's also, being aware that there's somebody coming up behind you, or there's somebody across the street, or knowing, who's around you, and how to prevent the criminal from giving them the opportunity to get you as a victim. Criminals look for certain mannerisms, as somebody just is just walking, looking down at the ground, not paying attention to what's going on. Maybe trying to find their keys in the purse, or not realizing where they're parking when they're at the mall, or talking on their cell phone. If you are approached, your basic thing is to keep distance. You don't want them to come up right up on you. That's part of being aware. If somebody approaches you and it makes you feel uncomfortable, that's when you get loud.
With the help of a fellow officer wearing a full-body protective suit, Clifford's students learned how to do just that. Officer Clifford teaches techniques designed to be used automatically when under stress. First learning the different strikes, then using them in real-life situations.
Because when you get in a situation and your adrenaline starts running, your fine motor skills pretty much go away. So you're going to learn your certain punches, certain target areas, which is very important, and where to hit the person, when to hit the person. Anything when your adrenaline's going, you don't really have to think about it. You're just going to strike that area, and then you're going to get out of that area. You're not going to try to fight back. You're just going to run. Target areas are for the eyes, or the nose, or the knees, or the solar plexus, or the kidneys. Any area that's going to injure that person and let you get away.
So when it comes to defending yourself here in St. Augustine or anywhere else, the best advice is to always be aware of your surroundings and remember the target areas. I'm Priscilla Muller, reporting for the Gargoyle.
Wow, some of those girls really learned how to punch.
They definitely did, Cal.
Well, what a difference 1 hour can make, especially when it comes to last call. The City Commission has recently extended operating hours at the local bars from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., making the time consistent with bars in St. Augustine Beach. Drinks can be served until 2 a.m. and doors don't close until 2:30. The reason for this policy was a concern for consumer safety.
And now for some on-campus news. Flagler College is now contributing to gardens rather than garbage. Third-year student Lauren Belcher has been working since September to have a compost pile started on campus. It will be located near the Sports Management Building. Bugs Bistro will contribute all used coffee grounds and filters, and the dining hall will be giving all food scraps from preparation, excluding only meats, dairy, and oils. The finished compost will be given to gardens in the community.
It's that time of the year again. Flagler College baseball is back on the field. Kristina Haumschild has the story about the coach and the upcoming conference season.
Dave Barnett just entered his 23rd season as head baseball coach for the Saints. And for the past 15 years, he's had to juggle coach and athletic director. As Flagler transitioned into the Peach Belt Conference this year, Barnett had to make a transition as well.
Obviously, I enjoyed doing both for a long time, but it was one of those choices that the president, once we made that decision, he said, we're going to need a full-time AD. Would you be interested in staying in that capacity or staying on full-time as a baseball coach? And so he gave me a year to ponder that, but as I told him later on, I said I could have probably told you in a New York minute I just wanted to coach. So I enjoyed the AD part, but a lot more satisfaction with being around those guys on the baseball field, and that's my passion. So.
How did you have to juggle that, just the roles from AD and coaching every day?
Well, it was just time management was probably his biggest thing. We practiced in the afternoon, and during the season it was difficult at times, but it's just it's more of just being available to your staff and the other coaches in the morning times. That was, they knew that if they needed they needed me or I needed them, it was going to be between 8 and 12, and then after that, during baseball season, I'd be busy, you know, with a baseball team. But all our coaches were good, and that's the whole key, I think, in administration and being an athletic director is if you're surrounded with good people and good staff, then their job's not as difficult.
I was just kind of looking from over the years from when you started to now, as far as just your teams and the winning percentages over there, and they're pretty constant. There's like a couple of years that kind of stood out. It was like 04, 07, and 09 were kind of bumps in the road for you. And that's when you were AD as well. Do you think that had an effect in those years with you having to juggle those two roles?
I think so. I think definitely within the last 3 and 4 years it's been difficult. You know, because recruiting, that's what it's all about. It comes down to recruiting, and you're taken away from that by doing both. I couldn't travel as much as I needed to locate the type of players and identify the type of players that can help us. But you know, that's as we venture into the Peach Belt Conference and full-fledged member of Division II. All the coaches, including myself, we know that the key to success is the recruitment of good quality student athletes that fit not only your coaching philosophy but have the talent and ability to compete in the conference that we're going to be in.
So now the question is, what's going to be the new difference? Just being Dave Barnett, the baseball coach, instead of Dave Barnett, the baseball coach and athletic director?
I think I'll get to spend a lot more time, you know, not just the coaching part of it, but really communicating better with our players. Getting a chance to not be in a rush to get to practice and be in a rush to leave practice, that type of thing. Just kind of get to spend more time, and I've noticed that, and I think our players have noticed that too. That, you know, I can now get out to practice a little bit early to work with them on different things, and just the communication part and the overall just the chance to be around them more and not be in a rush to have other commitments that I had with being the athletic director.
Right now, the Saints are 5-6 heading into conference play. This will be the true test to see if Barnett made the right decision for his team. Reporting from Flagler Field for the Gargoyle, I'm Kristina Haumschild.
Well, that's our show. Come back and check us out next time. I'm Colgan.
And I'm Priscilla Muller. Thanks for watching the Gargoyle Webcast.